He thought he was untouchable, safe behind the law he served. But in a courtroom full of judgment, a single accusation threatened to destroy everything. No one knew who he really was. Not the judge, not the jury, not even the people watching. What happened next would turn the system on its head and reveal a truth that could change everything. How could someone so powerful be so powerless at the same time? This is the story of a man the world underestimated, until it was almost too late. Before we dive deeper, pause for a moment, drop a comment with what you'd do in his place, and if this story already has you hooked, hit that like button to support more stories like this. It was just another morning in the city, and he moved through it like any other man doing his duty. Years of service, respect, and quiet authority defined him. Someone who kept the law, protected others, and trusted the system to protect him in return. His days were routine, his life orderly, until whispers of corruption and hidden agendas started reaching even the highest offices. He never imagined that the very courtroom he had once walked into with confidence would become the place where everything he built could be questioned. Little did he know, the world was about to see a side of him no one expected, and no one was ready for it. The courtroom buzzed with murmurs, yet all eyes seemed to avoid him, as if sensing the storm that was about to unfold. He had walked these halls countless times, confident in the law he upheld, but today something felt different. The judge's gaze lingered longer than necessary, sharp and probing, as if trying to see through him. Papers were shuffled, whispers passed between clerks, and a sense of unease crept into the air. He knew he was being scrutinized, but not for the reasons he expected. The accusation was sudden and absurd, yet it carried weight in the room. Evidence was presented, carefully selected to paint a picture that was far from reality. Every detail seemed designed to provoke doubt, to make him appear guilty in the eyes of those who had never questioned him before. He felt the tension coil tighter around him, each word from the prosecutor striking like a hammer against his reputation. Anger simmered, but he kept his composure, knowing that revealing his knowledge too soon could escalate the danger. Outside the courtroom, murmurs turned into speculation. Colleagues exchanged uneasy glances, unsure whether to intervene or watch silently. He could feel the isolation pressing down, yet beneath it burned a quiet determination. Every unfair glance, every dismissive gesture, reminded him that this fight was bigger than himself. It wasn't just about proving innocence, it was about exposing a system that could so easily target someone based on nothing more than skin color and assumptions. As the questioning intensified, the judge's tone sharpened, almost taunting, as if challenging him to respond to a setup he hadn't yet fully understood. His mind raced. How much could he reveal without giving away his true identity, the secret role he had worked in silence for years? The pressure built with each passing moment, the jury watching, the world outside ready to believe the worst. Could he act fast enough to turn the tide? Could the truth survive the wave of deceit aimed at destroying him before anyone ever knew who he truly was? The story is about to take a turn you won't see coming, so stay with me till the very end to see the shocking revelation. Every heartbeat echoed in the silent moments, every breath a reminder that the stakes were higher than life itself. The tension had escalated to a point where one wrong move could change everything, yet he remained calm, calculating, and ready to reveal the unexpected truth, one that would shake everyone in that courtroom to the core. The courtroom fell into a heavy silence as the final piece of evidence was laid bare. Every eye turned toward him, suspicion and judgment pressing like a physical weight. He could feel the walls closing in, the air thick with anticipation and unspoken prejudice. The accusations weren't just false, they were personal, designed to strip him of dignity and power in front of everyone. His heart raced, yet a calm clarity settled over him. He had spent years navigating the shadows, protecting truths no one else could. And now, at the moment when everything seemed lost, he made his move. With every detail, every carefully held secret, he revealed the evidence that no one expected, the truth about who he really was and the injustice that had been orchestrated against him. Gasps echoed through the courtroom. The judge's face went pale, the jury shifted in disbelief, and murmurs erupted as reality collided with expectation. He wasn't just any man accused. He was the FBI chief investigating the very corruption that had been hiding in plain sight. The room trembled under the weight of the revelation, and the once confident accusations now seemed fragile, almost absurd. For a moment, time itself seemed suspended. The courtroom, which had felt like a trap, became the stage for justice to finally assert itself. Every sneer, every doubt, Every unfair glance was now overturned by the undeniable truth. And yet, even in victory, the tension lingered, because this exposure wasn't just personal. It was a reflection of a system that allowed bias and prejudice to fester unchecked. As he stood, the realization sank in: not everyone would accept the truth, not immediately, not easily. But one thing was certain: nothing would ever be the same. And in that charged silence, the question lingered in the air: could justice truly be served when the very system meant to protect it had tried to destroy him? The courtroom slowly emptied, but the weight of what had just happened lingered in the air. He had walked in as a man under suspicion, stripped of trust and dignity, and walked out having revealed the truth no one could ignore. Justice had been served in that moment, but the victory was more than personal. It was a statement, a reminder that bias and assumptions could never fully silence the truth. He knew the fight wasn't over. The world outside the courthouse still carried the same prejudices, the same systemic injustices that had almost destroyed him. Yet in exposing the deception, he had sparked something larger, a reckoning, a moment of awareness that could ripple far beyond the walls of that courtroom. Every glance he received afterward, every whispered conversation, was a testament to the impact of speaking truth in the face of fear. The experience left him changed, sharper and more vigilant, yet also resolute. He understood that individual courage could confront even the most entrenched systems, but real change required more than one person. It demanded recognition, reflection, and action from all of us. And so, the story of the man who had been underestimated, framed, and almost destroyed became more than just a courtroom drama. It became a mirror reflecting the injustices still present in society, a call to question assumptions, challenge bias, and demand accountability. How many more lives are weighed down by prejudice before the world truly sees them? How long will injustice remain hidden behind authority, color, and fear? His story ended that day, but the lesson continued, echoing in every mind willing to listen. And for those who watch, the question remains: will you look the other way, or will you stand, as he did, and demand that truth and justice are never silenced again? If this story moved you, hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss another real story exposing truth and injustice. Share this with someone who needs to hear it, and leave a comment with your thoughts. Your voice matters.